Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, What You Wish For. Evidently came out in 2023 according to this, but I never heard of it before. It's out on Hulu and also on Prime Video. I heard about it just recently. I was like, add it to my list. Let me tell you what it says. A down-on-his-luck chef with gambling problems flees to a Latin American villa where he assumes the identity of another man. Doesn't tell us much, never does. That's why I make these videos. But we're really, okay, it's a dark comedy, psychological thriller, horror thriller. Alright, I am intrigued. Nick Stahl is in it. Now, he was good years ago, right? He was in a lot of different things. I always remember, he was in Bully, wasn't he? If you haven't seen Bully, that is probably one of his best movies. And that one's really good. But he was also in a couple of other things. Whatever. I don't feel like looking them up now. Evidently he was in Animal Kingdom. What was the movie with anyway, it'll come to my mind when I know I'm looking for it. But he's been in a lot as I scroll through here. Disturbing Behavior. Yes, he was also in Bully. Disturbing Behavior is the only one I remember him in. Really young, promising actor. Haven't heard much of him, but as I scroll there, it does seem like he's been doing a lot of work. I just haven't been seeing it. Okay, all that said, had me intrigued in this movie because somebody said it was good and he was in it and I haven't seen him in a while. Then we look at 6.7. Normally when it's like this, it's like 7 people rated so far. No, 7,395 people rated so far. So that's a pretty strong 6.7 in my mind. And it is an hour and 41 minutes long. So let's see. I'm excited. I'm not getting my expectations too high, but I am a little excited. So stick around. I'll let you know what I think. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of What You Wish For, and the title now makes sense to me. So let me tell you that, because I didn't even think about it. But I'm going to give you a little bit, not a lot, and then we have to talk openly because it'll be too rough to try and dance around this. So I will let you know when spoilers are happening. Not yet. Anyway, so Nick Stahl, as we know, is, you know, they show a little bit. He has some gambling debts. You see it through text messages. And he owes some money, so he's skipping town, and he's going, I guess, to Latin America to stay with an old, I was going to say college buddy, but they went to cooking school together. Can't believe I forget what the name of cooking school is, but you know what I mean. Pop up and I'll just yell it out. But you know, so they, like 12 years ago, they went to that school together and became friends, and they gambled back then, so they've got some camaraderie there. They've got some, you know, angst against each other in a way. But his friend that he meets in Latin America, staying in this lavish house, and it's all supplied by the agency. So he works for somebody that puts him up in this house. And these people come in, they have this big 5-course dinner, and he basically sets it all up for them. And that's kind of his job, right? And so Nick Stahl is like, man, that's awesome. Culinary school, sorry. You know, who also went to culinary school with this guy. He's like, this is awesome. You know, like he's a chef in Dallas, but, you know, he sees with the life he's living and all that kind of stuff, and that's, you know, what he wishes for. And so that's the whole plot line really right there. It starts there, and it overdevelops from that point on. They mention as he takes on a new identity, it was a very interesting plot line. I liked it a lot. I don't know if it's a psychological thriller. I don't know if I agree with that. I think unless you're thinking of, I don't know, like the intense moments when you're, you know, afraid something's going to happen. I forget what that's, you know. Man, I'm messing up all my words. I apologize. But you know what I mean? Like when you're on your edge of your seat and it's like, oh, that kind of stuff. I think of a psychological thriller of people where they're tricking you into different things and making the audience be tricked. That's not the case here. It's pretty straightforward. But I think what I think of when they say psychological thriller is you're on your edge of your seat to see what's going to happen next. So that's what you got. Very interesting plot line. And it was great to see Nick Stahl back. I think he did a great job in this role. And it was a fun movie. I'm slightly disappointed, and I'll explain why as we go further. but I don't know. I don't want to even give you comparisons of the movie, other movies that I would recommend, what I would match it up to, because I think that gives away too much. So we're going to leave it right there at that. So if you haven't seen it yet, I know I haven't given you much to go on. I think it's worth a watch. But if you want to stick around, I'm going to talk a little bit more openly about it. I got to do it right now. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I don't think I'm going to ruin the ending of the movie, but I got to talk more openly about it, right? So the menu comes to mind. Although the menu wasn't what we all thought the menu was when you watch the menu. This is. So, yeah, I don't know. That just really comes to mind quickly. But, you know, we know what happens to Jack if you've seen it. So he takes the place of Jack, his buddy who's running this, working with the agency and running these events. And, you know, he's kind of all excited, but it's like he's fumbling his way through it and then finding out what's really going on. And then, you know, as he gets immersed into his new role as Jack, the chef, you know, he's all these things start to pile up. And that's where I get a little edgy, like, you know, when the cops show up, or, you know, the ex-girlfriend kind of shows up, kind of thing, starting to ruin what he's doing. He's making the entertainment for the people, you know, that guess that he's supposed to have this party, and he's doing it, but then these things keep piling on. So, like, you know, sometimes I get anxious. That was the word I was thinking of before. The anxiety of, you know, when bad things continue to pile on. I just don't like that. It made me go to my phone a couple times, not because I wasn't interested in the movie, but just because of that. That always irks me. But it adds to everything. And I think the biggest thing for me, now that we can talk openly, and I'm still trying to be as obtuse as I can so I don't give too much away, because I still don't like doing that, but I was waiting for that big either aha moment or that big whoa, didn't see that kind of coming. It didn't happen. I expected a twist of some sort, some way, somehow, and it just didn't happen. I thought maybe the detective was in on it, you know, or Maurice was somehow involved in something else that would have been wow, you know, that kind of thing. I was expecting, I don't know. I have no idea. But we didn't get that. We just got, hey, now you're in, kind of thing, right? So that's the disappointment for me. I know maybe I shouldn't want every movie to have a crazy twist or anything like that. I mean, this is pretty good for its own, but I just kept waiting for it. Not sure why, but so I got, like, this is, I don't think a sequel would work in this. I think it's set up that you could have a sequel, what you wish for too, what you also wish for. No, but it wouldn't work for me, because it's going to be the same thing, and any change to it would ruin it. So there you go. We're ruling out a sequel. Normally I like sequels, but not in this case. But yeah, the biggest thing for me, I thought, like I said, Nick Stahl did a great job. I liked his character, and he's the only one you really have to worry about. Everybody else is just on the side. He's the main character. I guess his original buddy Jack actually was pretty good too, and I thought it was a great idea. I just wanted something. It seemed more linear for some reason. So that's what I got for you. I liked it. I'm gonna say 6. Probably, you know, 6 edging up towards 7, not going down, but just didn't have that splash power that I'm hoping for. I don't know why, but there you go. That's what I got for you. I don't know if I was helpful, and if you're into the type of stuff that happens in this movie, you'll watch it. If you're this far, you've already seen it, or you know what's going on. All right, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.